And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat. And of course, our morning cup of coffee. And back by popular demand is my wife, Presbytera Michelle. And I'm using the little Greek Demetas coffee cups because today we're going to be talking about our travels in Greece. And of course, we got this as a wedding present.
1995.
Right? 1995. Feels like 1895, but let's say 1995. And while I take a sip, why don't you do me a favor and talk about explain mushroom coffee, because in the last video you said that you were drinking mushroom coffee. I got lots of comments. What kind of mushrooms are your people in California doing and drinking? So please explain that, why you were drinking mushroom coffee.
No big deal. Just something I was doing research on for healthy alternatives to your life, and a morning cup of mushroom coffee. It's an immune booster. It has a lot of mushrooms in it. It has a little bit of coffee, much less than regular coffee. And as my sweet husband knows, I can't drink coffee unless it tastes like a milkshake. So this is my mushroom coffee in the morning. It's just a health thing.
Yeah, so. She's not a coffee drinker. She can't drink coffee.
Yeah.
So not those kind of mushrooms. It's for antioxidant health purposes. But anyway, we're talking about traveling again and our travels to Greece. Yeah. And really, this is probably going to be more than one video because we went to Thessaloniki, which was a wonderful experience. We'll take a separate video to talk about that because there was so much on that trip, even though it was like 24 hours or 36 hours we were there. But we want to talk about just being in Greece in general and our visit to Athens and being able to stay with family. We stayed with your family, with your cousins in Greece. So generally, what our experience was of Greece, because I hadn't been since 1990. You hadn't been since...
1987.
1987. So it's been a while for both of us. And everyone kind of said, you're not going to recognize it. You're not going to recognize Greece. Either for two reasons. One, it's so amazing now. There's a new airport. You've got to go see the Acropolis Museum. It's all amazing and beautiful. It's modernized. You're going to love it. Or it's horrifying because there's graffiti everywhere. There's crime everywhere. The country's been overrun by people that aren't Greek, that are not coming from other places. So really my experience, I don't know what you thought. I thought it was kind of the same. I mean, there was a little bit more graffiti here or there.
Yeah.
But I think that's true in every city you go to now, anywhere in the world. But generally, and it was different for me because my experience of Greece and your experience of Greece, traveling in the past, a little bit different. So what was your experience of Greece like in the past?
So our joke is that his family is from the villages and my family's from the city. So our joke was always we had different experiences. This experience, it was joyful for me to have Father meet my family. It was joyful to be back in a home of my cousins south of Athens that I remember. The veranda and the view of the water, the sunsets, the view of the Church of St. Nectarios, which is very close to their home. I loved being there. And yes, like a little bit of graffiti, but I was really, really happy to be back. I was really happy to see it with you. And I was happy to have the experience of, it was very different. Our life has been very busy for the last 30 years that we've been married, and I feel that it allowed me to slow down, take a nap in the afternoon, enjoy seeing things that were just beautiful. It was just a beautiful city.
Our experience was different because, I kind of teased her that you have rich relatives in the city in Greece. And I was kind of the village experience. So where I used to stay, my father's from Rhodos, so we would go to the island there. I don't really have close relatives there anymore to go and to see. But we would also go, my mother's family is from outside of Argos, so Peloponnesos, south on the mainland, and from a little village, in the mountains out of there. So when I would stay there, literally we would sleep where they would put the sheep and the livestock up on the side of the mountain, and then there was, like, if you want to go to the bathroom, there was an outhouse where the donkeys were. The bathroom was in the donkey pen, and if you wanted to shower, it was just a faucet at the top of the outhouse and a drain at the bottom. So it was a very different experience. So this was amazing because we got to sort of again stay with your relatives, your cousins, which were wonderful, very nice people, amazing people. View of the ocean, our own kind of floor, basically our own little apartment with all the amenities, and so it was a different experience. Mm-hmm. But it kind of got us thinking about, spiritually, if you're looking for something to take away or benefit, just what a different life it is. Just the idea that there's a church on every corner. I mean, you can see your church from your house. But how many of us in America can say, hey, I can see my parish church from my home? I only know of one person that has ever been able to say that. But generally speaking, well, I can hear the bells when it's Vespers. They're ringing the bells. I can see the church. There's a church on every corner. And yeah, it's amazing to see that, and the emphasis on materialism, right? What we tend to value as much in this country, they don't really care about there. I mean, they're living a different way of life with a different emphasis, right? As you said, people relax in the afternoon, they take their siesta, but their houses aren't as grand. They're not worrying about beautiful manicured front lawns that are perfectly green, that we have to have services come to spray chemicals on because they're green. Whatever grows, and everything grows there. Pine trees, palm trees, succulents, fruit trees, flowers. Whatever grows, that's great. God made it grow. It's wonderful. In our houses, I don't have to have a certain kind of granite in my kitchen. I don't have to have a spa experience in my master bathroom. They don't have master bathrooms. They don't worry about that stuff. You know, they're outside, spending more time as a community, seeing people, eating together, spending more time with family. And I think that's a great take home and a great reminder for us of what to think about. Now, I do have to say, I wish the entire country did not smoke. Because literally, the entire country smoked. And it kind of got... at one point, I think it contributed to me getting a little sick, because I got a little sick. I got a little cold when we were in Athens, and I think it was the combination of the diesel exhaust from all of the diesel cars and buses going everywhere, and then everyone in every restaurant or everywhere we went, again, smoking and blowing the smoke right in your face. So in that case, I missed America a little bit, or a lot. But generally, it was an amazing experience and beautiful to be back.
Just lovely. You get people, they work hard, but they play hard. And even my cousins, I know they were very successful, but when it came to, we've got to get to the ocean, we've got to take you to a beautiful restaurant, to spend time together, to eat, to visit, to connect. I like the connection. I thought that there's and not that we don't have that in America, but like you said, sometimes vacations you get out of the box so that you can remember what you want to take home with you. You just don't want to take a souvenir home. You want to take a little change with you to your life.
Right. So. And that, I think, is the benefit. Getting some perspective and seeing things from a different point of view is incredibly important. And when you go together with people, reconnecting with people or connecting with people in a different way, in a different environment, and benefiting from that. So it was a wonderful experience in Athens specifically. Next time now, I think we're going to try to do another video together and talk about going to Thessaloniki, which I've never been there. You had been there because you have family there. Your aunt is there. Your cousin is there. I have a friend. We both have a friend that we were in school with who's now a priest there. So we wanted really to go there and to visit. And so we're going to, on the next video, talk about, maybe even 2 videos, because it was so much in Thessaloniki, even though we just took a quick flight. We were there overnight for a weekend, but how amazing that was. But going back to Greece, it was amazing and beautiful and lovely. And recommended, of course, and we're going to try to go back so that we can visit. So again, learning how to emphasize more of the important things and connect more with Christ, and doing that each and every day. Amen.